Hello and welcome back to my garden, Tamara's garden, and today I will be sharing with you some of the tips that you will have to understand about your plants and also get a basic knowledge how to do gardening. So what are the things that you will have to keep in mind and what are the mistakes that you will have to avoid when doing gardening? First and the most important thing is the location of the plants. So when you bring down a plant from a nursery, first you have to understand about the location. Now look at this Ticoma plant. Once I brought it from a nursery and I place it in an area where it gets the full sunlight. So as you can see, my plant is full of flowers and it has grown tall enough that it is so huge now, and during this summer season these plants are giving so much of beauty, so much of flowers. So the location plays a major role. There are plants which doesn't prefer the bright sunlight. So the most of the flowering plants, they do love the bright sunlight, like jasmine and also aparajita. You have to locate them in an area where it gets the full sun during the morning session. So there are many other varieties of plants which doesn't like getting so much of sun. So succulent plants, placement of the plants, because when they get too much of sunlight, some plants will get damaged. So consider about the location when you bring a plant from a nursery. So that is the first thing you'll have to consider. Succulent family plants you can keep in a place where they get the indirect bright sunlight. So likewise you will have to categorize your plants, whether they love the bright sunlight, whether they love the partial sunlight, or whether they like the low light. So these are the things to consider, the first thing to consider when you bring a plant from a nursery. Second thing is to consider about watering. So this is also a great mistake that we gardeners do, because some of the plants are there which they prefers the humidity and also prefers the moisture in the soil. So some of the plants doesn't prefers the moisture soil, they like the dry soil like succulents. So categorize the plants likewise, whether they are in need of water every day or they doesn't prefer getting watered every day. Consider that also when you bring down a plant from a nursery. Plants like aloe vera, ZZ plant, and also snake plants, you don't have to water every day. So when you categorize them, it will be easy for you to do gardening, because understand your plants whether they need regular watering or not. Then again we have flowering plants like jasmine. Here I have some jasmine plants, so they need to be cared a lot. They need a lot of fertilizer time to time. Flowering plants need sunlight as well, so according to their requirements you can place them in your garden. So looking after flowering plants are a bit different from the other ornamental plants. Time to time pruning and also giving them fertilizer according to the plants, and also keeping them in a place where they get some sunshine will be essential for flowering plants. Some plants you can grow from stem cuttings. Now here I have a aparajita plant, it already started to grow. So a small stem only I put. Now it is much better in growth. So plants like coleus, different colors, you can grow them by cuttings. So there are many other plants which can be propagated in different methods, like in water or else by stem cuttings directly in soil. Having an understanding about your plants will be easy for you to do your gardening. When talking about gardening, you need to have an understanding about plant soil mixture, how to prepare the soil, because from plant to plant that is also different, and making fertilizer also is the same, because different plants need different kind of fertilizers. Different plants needs different type of soil, so you'll have to keep that also in mind. Now you can see some plants prefer the moistured soil, some plants prefers the sandy soil. Some plants they prefer the well moistured soil and some may not. So plants humidity levels and also soil mixture, how to water, all this is really very important. When talking about fertilizers, you can use all the dried vegetables as fertilizers. This is you can use in liquid forms and in powder form. You can grind them and put them in the soil mixture, so that is a great fertilizer. Other than tea and coffee fertilizer, this is what I use for my plants. So this way you can take care of your garden plants. Even your kitchen garden, you can take care of them with organic and fresh homemade fertilizers. They are really very good for your plants growth, and also when they are organic, there's no harm for even for the animals. So when gardening, keep all these small tips, because they are very meaningful and useful. Because when we do gardening, we'll have to consider about watering, sunlight, fertilizer, and also especially the soil mixture. So there are many other things, so I have narrated about the basic stuff. So I hope you find this video very useful. If you find it useful, please do like, share and subscribe. If there's any other thing that you would like to know, you can comment in the comment section. If you are new, consider to subscribe. Thank you.